Welcome back to Yahoo Finance. I'm Jared Blikre. Up and away, Vertical Aerospace is going public via a $2.2 billion SPAC, and we have the founder and CEO, Stephen Fitzpatrick, here. Stephen, thank you for joining us. You're partnering with some big names, American Airlines, Virgin Galactic, Avalon, Honeywell, Rolls-Royce, and others. Tell us a little bit about your company and how far off the ground you are, no pun intended, toward your eventual goal.
Great. Thanks for having us, Jared. So we got started in 2015, so 6 years ago, and we've been working and building full-scale prototypes and demonstrators since then. And the announcement we made today, first of all, the SPAC deal with Broadstone, and then also some of our big strategic partnerships. We announced everything today. So we developed this new X4. It's a 4-passenger piloted eVTOL. It's got a range of about 120 miles, 200 miles an hour. And we're on track to get that certified by 2024. So it's going to be 3 to 4 years away, coming to Skyline near you.
Stephen, you decided to go public via a SPAC versus the more traditional route. We know SPACs have fallen out of favor, it seems like, with investors most recently. Why was this the right move for your company?
So I think there has been a big gap between a traditional IPO and a SPAC process, but it seems to me, and when we looked at this, it looks like those two processes are converging. We saw a lot of exuberance in the SPAC market 3 to 4 months ago, and I think since then everything's cooled down a little bit. We're very definitely an engineering-led business, and when we've been telling our story to both investors, to partners, and so on, we've been leading. We've hired some of the world's top aerospace engineers. And we've been able to demonstrate, the capabilities our company brings to the experts in the field: Rolls-Royce, Honeywell, Virgin Atlantic, American Airlines, and so I think some of the froth has come off the SPAC market. I think the SPAC investors and the market generally are a lot more discerning now, and I think quality companies, I hope, like Vertical, will show that this is the right way to come to the market.
I want to ask you about safety, and can you tell us about how you're going to overcome some perceptions here? I myself, I hear electric plane, and I think, wow, what happens with the batteries? What happens if there's some kind of failure? I'm sure by 2025 you're going to have the kinks worked out, but how do you sell this to the public?
Yeah, so I think certification and therefore safety, most important thing when it comes to aviation. There's a reason why flying is the safest form of travel. And there's a reason why the public put their faith in airlines and aircraft. And that's because the bar is set so high. So for us, I would say that the technology that we're using, it all exists today. Our challenge is not to prove the technology. I think automotive has done a terrific job over the last 2 decades to build the supply chains, to build the technology and bring down prices of batteries, electric motors, and so on. Our challenge is to prove that we can build aircraft that are safe. And so this is where experience really counts. And like I said, we're both hiring the world's best eVTOL engineering team. I think our team have got 1,000 years of experience and have certified more than 30 aircraft and engines. And then we partnered with the world's best. And I think that partnership with both airline operators and the likes of Honeywell and Rolls-Royce will help build the confidence that passengers will need. But most importantly, I would say, to certify these aircraft, we'll have to demonstrate they're every bit as safe to fly in as commercial aircraft, commercial airliners. And so that means there's a backup system for everything. If a battery fails, with backups and backups and backups. There's lots of redundancy built in. And that is one of the reasons why eVTOLs and electric aircraft, they will be 100 times safer than a helicopter. The same safety standards as for commercial airliners.
Stephen, there certainly is a lot of interest in this. Jared mentioned some of your backers, American Airlines, Honeywell, among the list of an impressive group of companies. How big do you think this potential market is for you to hopefully conquer one day?
So it's going to take some time for local airspace regulation to open up and we get the full benefits of the capabilities of these kinds of vehicles. But if you can imagine the kind of demand you would see for let's take downtown LA to LAX or JFK to Manhattan in 12 minutes, the kind of the economics of these vehicles, they're so efficient to run, that journey is about $40. And so we see that there's a huge demand for this urban air mobility all over the world. It's not just North America and Europe. Most of the largest cities in the world lie outside in Asia, Africa, South America. So there's going to be global demand, and we're going to be growing this market over the next 15 or 20 years. And I've no doubt whatsoever, in 5 years' time, you will be seeing these vehicles flying over the world's largest cities.
I got to tell you, I look forward to seeing one of these myself in a couple of years. Stephen Fitzpatrick, Vertical Aerospace founder and CEO, thank you for joining us.